Sorry for the long delay on the videos. Kind of been working on the house. Figured I'd make a video about the hazards of buying in Montana. I would like to make some suggestions and hopefully you heed my warnings. If you don't, well, I tried. When you find the house that you like, get an inspector from out of the area. In these small communities, they're all friends, and they do whatever they can do to make the house pass. At our house, I don't even think the inspector showed up. I'm going to show you a couple of little clips that I talk about as I do it. Though Montana is a beautiful state and there are many wonderful people here, they also want your money. So keep that in mind when you're buying. They will gladly accept you into the place, but you're going to pay top dollar, just as we did. The problem with that is when I pay top dollar, I expect top dollar service. So our inspector, he completely did not do his job. I doubt he even showed up. And to be honest with you, he fucking ripped us off. It has cost us dearly, and it pisses me off. I'm going to interview a realtor in a couple of weeks, and she will talk more about the hazards of buying here. I don't want to discourage you from buying here, but just keep in mind, if you do move here, you're moving here. They don't need you or necessarily want you. So don't try to change this place into the place you just left. Mold into the community, listen to their ideas, and embrace their ideas. Don't push your ideas and change it to the place you just left. Keep in mind, you left there for a reason. And it's usually because your policies that you helped vote in didn't help none. Anyways, one of the reasons I think our inspector didn't show up is because, well, as you can see in this next clip, the frickin' water main comes up behind the electrical main in the same pocket, in the same fucking studs, through the wall, up, over, across the ceiling, and down to the hot water heater. The hot water heater has a 3/4 inch line coming into it and a 1/2 inch X-take line coming out. Every plumber comes over, looks at me and goes, "You're fucked." So with that being said, it's kind of irritating. So what you're looking at in this next clip is quite literally no trap. No trap. So water flows, it goes to a trap, and then as the water fills up on top of the trap, the water winds its way down the pipe and goes out the building. You have a trap full of fluid to keep the vapors from stinking up the joint. So in this case, we don't have a vent coming out of the bathroom, but what we do have is a vent in the shower because there's no trap in the shower. There's also no grout pad underneath the shower, and there's no support beams holding it up. So basically, the shower is not only installed wrong, but the plumbing is completely fucked. Also, our ceiling joists, they're not rated for the span of the building. There should be some kind of common wall in the open area to help disperse the load, but there is not at 2 feet on center. I'm going to leave that clip out because, well, I just don't feel like cleaning the house to show you. And I don't want some judgmental guy on the internet telling me how I'm a slob or whatever. Also, the people that know me, they don't need to know what I have in my home. Our shitter, we literally pump poop uphill. It is ran by an extension cord. You're going to see in the clips how they dummied in an electrical socket. They dummied in a alarm system, but they didn't do anything as far as the work is concerned. There is no electricity ran to it. In the inspection report, there is a picture of an extension cord running outside a window. That's awesome. Also at escrow, the owners got a quote for an HVAC system to be put in that our lender required. That HVAC system was not even close to the actual cost of what it was going to be. Not even in the same fucking ballpark. The people that built this house are downright criminal. This house was built in 2022. They also have a YouTube channel, and I have no desire to lead you to their site. Keep in mind, when you buy a house here, make sure you look in the wood stove. Yes, look in the wood stove. Make sure that there are bricks, fire bricks, in the wood stove. I can't believe I have to tell you that. I can't believe the inspector didn't catch that. The inspector caught a couple of nails that were supposedly loose on the roof and caught that there was no banding on the hot water heater. But in reality, he didn't catch any of the major shit. He caught the little $3 trinket shit that was done in a half hour. And then also too, once your house is inspected, and hopefully by someone out of town, you should also have the inspector come back and check the work for the second time. Because just because they sign off on it and say that they've done the work doesn't necessarily mean that they've done the work. Over above, her floor joists were rotted out completely. It was falling into the basement on her, just dry water. There was a leak in the windows, and it leaked all the way down, and it ate out her runners, her joist, her floor joist. The people who sold the house, they had a contractor replace one joist. They took multiple pictures of that one joist, and then they sent it off as in the work had been done. Just downright criminal. They knowingly did not do the work because they didn't want to pay for it. If they didn't want to pay for it, it should have come out in escrow, should have paid to have it done, and they should have dropped money off for her to have it done professionally instead of trying to defraud her out of it. And in essence, they defrauded the bank. So you need to protect yourself. Number one, get a good realtor. Get a realtor that has lots of experience in dealings here, i.e. if floors are running downhill, they should kind of point that out. They get a look in many houses, and it's kind of important. Number two, make sure you feel comfortable with the place. Just don't buy it on a whim. Just don't buy it because you think that it's going to be okay. Number three, get an inspector from out of town. Get an inspector, preferably from the closest big city, because I truly believe that they will do that. I truly feel that they will do the best job. A lot of people buy here, they go through one winter and go, fuck this. For example, it gets really cold. Really fucking cold. If you're not a fan of the cold, then you probably shouldn't move to Montana. I'm not really a fan of the cold, but my wife loves it. Therefore, this is where we're at. Firewood's important. Make sure that it's a good fireplace. Make sure it's double walled. Make sure it's going to last. If not, have it taken out in escrow. Make sure that you have an inspector come back to do whatever work was said to be done, and to make sure that it's inspected properly. The extra $1,000 you spend on an out-of-town inspector should pay the tens or hundreds of thousands that the local will miss. Our house doesn't happen to have a foundation. It's a thickened edge slab. He built it for a shop and then modified it into a house. He cut every corner he could. He installed bad dishwashers, bad ovens, bad washers and dryers. There's no vents in the bathrooms or the sinks, so everything vents into the house. been working on this now for a week and a half. This is a small community, so some of these people know me. And I don't want word to get out because I don't want it to be received as I'm bad-mouthing someone in the community, even though I really am, because they took us for hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I think it's kind of odd that I stand in front of a plywood-built door. That's my exterior door. It just goes to show you, be very smart before you buy, because it's a big investment. Thank God I'm a carpenter, and I have the abilities to fix this place. My wife and I have talked about adding on, but without a foundation, I just don't quite know how I'd have to do that. There is a way, I just have to figure it out without doing injection molding or something along those lines. I really like to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Sorry for the long delay and the gap between the other videos. The hiking videos are going to be on pause. I've got a interview with a realtor. I'm trying to interview a mayor, interviewing a man running to be mayor of town, and trying to video some of the hunting around here. Once again, I'd like to thank you for watching. Have a great day. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.